Good morning. Good morning. Let me give everybody a minute to get in. Hello. Welcome. 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 Let me bring you up. I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh, okay. You're on your mobile device. Cannot be invited. Okay, cool. That's fine. Good morning. Good morning. There, you should be able to see a chat box somewhere. Okay, perfect. You found it. Hey, hey. I'm excited to be here. Okay, so I wanted to give the other ladies a second to pop in. But while we're waiting, I can let you know what I'm ready to talk about today. So I was having a session with some other clients, and what I realized was I might have jumped the gun with them. And so I want to make sure that I go back to the drawing board with everyone in the crew, because it's very important for us to know what our triggers are, right? So we not only need to survey ourselves and figure out what it is that our problem is, right? Like, we know what the big problem is, we know what our desire is, but we need to survey ourselves. We need to think about how we think. We need to think about why we think how we think. We need to think about why we choose the choices we choose. Whenever there is something going on and we now have a decision to make, we choose in a certain type of way. More likely than not, we choose in a certain type of way, and we keep choosing that way over and over and over again. But if you're saying you want your life to change, you're saying you want to learn how to prioritize your peace, how to elevate your self-care routine, you want to fit more me time into your schedule, you are going to have to start to think differently so that you can take a different action, so that you can get a different result. Right? I don't know if you've ever heard about that this was a long time ago, there was this saying, mind your thoughts, they become beliefs, mind your beliefs, they become your actions, mind your actions, they become all of it. Was a whole list of things. That's true. Everything that our outer results that we see in life, it all started, it was just an idea. It was somebody's idea. This faux plant that I have, this artwork that I wrote, this light that's in front of me, this computer that's in front, like this pen, it was just an idea. Somebody thought to themselves, what if? I wonder if that's a thing. Well, I don't see it out here in the world, let me make it. And then they started to make it. And that idea became a reality. But that process took time. And many people can't see the results of the idea in the beginning phases, but you see those results over time. And so when it comes to your self-care, it's going to be a similar process. You're starting with an idea. You came into the Coca Love crew. You knew that, okay, I need to get better at my me time. But what is the beginning of this whole equation? That's the end. Being better at your me time. prioritizing your peace, prioritizing yourself, setting boundaries. That's what it's gonna look like when it's done, right? You're gonna feel like you really love this life that you've built. But what is the beginning? What do you do each time you are presented with an option? Each time you now have to make a decision about your life. Why are you making that decision in that way? What is it? What thought process went through your mind? It was probably a subconscious, like what's the word? An unconscious thought process. It just happens immediately. It's a habit, it's unconscious and it's subconscious thought process that goes through you on autopilot that causes you to make the types of decisions that you have been making that have been currently, as of recent, giving you the results of you're not prioritizing your peace. You're not getting very much rest. You're not making decisions that tell you, hey, I see you, I love you, I know what you need. I'm going to make sure you absolutely get that rest, that relaxation, that rejuvenation, that peace and calm, right? Whatever that is that you need. You have not been making those decisions in that way as of yet. So when we go back to the drawing board and examine what are the decisions we're making? What were all the options on the table? Why did you pick that one? Let's figure it out. Because if we can figure out why you picked that one option, we can then course correct, switch up the thought process, tell ourselves the truth, right? Don't make the decision out of fear. Don't make the decision out of guilt. Don't make the decision out of whatever it is that's going through your mind and body. Each time you're presented with a certain decision that is more than likely going to affect your personal time, right? Because that's what we're talking about. Why, when you're presented with those decisions, are you choosing to put yourself on the back burner? What's up with that? We need to figure that out, break that down, that mindset, and then start to change it, flip it on its head, tell yourself the truth about, no, I actually I need this time. This time is going to be precious. You're shifting that narrative inside your own mind. You present it with information and then you assess it based on what you know is true for yourself. You know that you need, let's say, I'll give myself, for example. I know that I will start to feel burnt out a little bit easier than other people because I am an introvert. That makes sense, right? So extroverts, they need to go out. They need to be around people. They want to express, right? Introverts, it's kind of the opposite. So I desire to express, but in protected community, right? I don't necessarily desire to express out loud. I many times desire to express. I'm a writer. I write a lot of stuff down. I got the Luncheon Journal. I don't know if you've been to the Luncheon Journal over on Instagram when I do it live, or hopping into the Luncheon Journal, the section of the community that has the Luncheon Journal. But I love to do introspection. I love to express myself in quieter ways many times. But then when I feel like I'm in protected community, I'll express myself. I'll be loud. I'll do the things, right? I'm all me. But I need my reclusive times. I need it. Like I need it. And I'm aware that I need it. And I believe that that's because I'm an introvert, because I think it's possible that we're just a little bit more aware that we need to recluse. We're like, okay, I'm freaking out over here. It's a lot of people. It's a lot going on. I just wanted to be quiet. Okay. So that works to my benefit. Me already being aware that, okay, I need to step back. But I need to step back even more, even if I'm still giving, if I'm still pouring out for myself. I need to actually refill my cup. I need to do more than just step back, not go to the event, not go to hang out with a friend, right? That I maybe have hung out 2, 3, 4 weekends in a row, right? Even though I love that person is a part of my inner circle. Maybe I still need to like step back from that. And then maybe I still need to step back further. Just because I didn't go hang out with that friend doesn't mean that I wasn't essentially still not giving of myself. So you can say you took a break, you didn't go out, you didn't hang out with somebody, you didn't exert external energy outside of the house. But when you stay in the house on your self-care day or your rest day and you still get stuff done, you're still exerting energy, you're still giving of yourself. That's exhausting. You still need to take a break. So it goes back into the mindset. What are the triggers? What are the things? What's the information that comes to you that makes you then say, oh, I'm just going to essentially continue to overwork myself. I need to go get this done. I need to just push through. I need to exert more energy that I don't freaking have, right? We need more rest than just 8 hours of sleep at night. We need more rest than just 8 hours of sleep at night. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that I share that with you all. And for the people who are not here right now, this is going to be a replay. I'm going to put it in the vault. So you can go look for it there. It should be there within 24 hours, probably sooner, but definitely within 24 hours. Okay. And this is every time we do the monthly self-care call. The replay will go into the vault. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that that I put that bug in your ear, that yes, self-care there is a level of external expression for self-care, but there is also a level of introspection and self-reflection and self-awareness that I believe can only come about by starting to examine your thought process, by starting to examine why exactly do you make the decisions that you tend to make. It could be, for me, for example, I used to think that the decisions I made were the only valid options on the table, right? So that's coming from a recovering people pleaser. Many times I felt like, boom, here's something being presented to me, and I feel like I have to choose the yes for that person. I felt like that was the only option. But when we zoom out, become as unbiased as possible, and look at the situation from a bird's eye view, right? Many times we have to separate ourselves from the scenario in order to come up with the most healthiest answer for ourselves. Step back, look at it from a bird's eye view. Drop a question in the chat, and I'll tackle it. I'll tackle it from my previous people pleasing mindset and my now understanding of I need to make sure that I shift my mindset. Drop a question. It could be any random question, something that let's pretend you're going to ask me something. Ask me to do a thing, ask me to go somewhere, ask me something. Ask me a question, drop it in the chat real quick. And I will give you a real time answer because I want to make sure that it is making sense to you. I want to make sure that it's making sense to you. You typing the question in the chat? It's not showing me like a I'm typing emoji thingy. So I don't know if you're typing yet. Oh man. Okay, well, no pressure. So I will come up with a question. Um, I need help. This is something that really happened in the past. I need help setting up this security camera system thingy. All right. I had a friend who asked me to help her set up her newly purchased security camera system. I say, boom. I say, yes. I go over there. We sat and we chatted for 2 hours. Eventually, I looked at the stuff. We realized that we needed something else. I forgot what we needed, but we needed something else. Boom. So the security system did not get set up that day because we had missing pieces that we needed to go get, or she rather needed to go get. Different weekend, different day. Hey, I need you to help me set up my security camera system. Okay. I say, yeah, 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 sure. Let's go. Let's do it. Now, I had things that I needed to do that day, but I said, okay, this should be quick. I know exactly what I need to do because I read the directions last time. Like, I know exactly what needs to happen. Okay, I go over there. Essentially, the same thing happens. We sit, we talk, we mingle, we have fun. We did not get the security camera set up. There were two things at play there. Number one, I had things that I desired to do that day. Number two, I did not set my boundary. I could have said, I would like to help you get that set up because I know last time we weren't able to get it all done. So, but I only have this amount of time. Does that work for you? I thought that my only valid option was to just say yes. No pushback, no anything. But again, looking at it from a bird's eye view, it's like, why was my thought process about, okay, boom, this person trusts me, they love me, they see value in how I can be of assistance to them in this area of their life right now. They are coming to me and asking me for help. I need to prioritize helping them. Why is that my thought process? Why am I willing to adjust my whole schedule to cater to this person? I'm not saying that adjusting your schedule to cater to someone, to assist someone, you especially in emergency situations, I'm not saying that that's wrong to do. I'm saying it would behoove you to know that you are doing it. Are you aware that you are rearranging your schedule anytime someone outside of yourself requests something from you? That's what I'm saying. What is your thought process at the moment in which you are faced with a decision you need to make? What goes through your mind? What is your subconscious belief that's sort of manifesting in your thought process? What's the chain of events that happen in your mind that then tell you this is the way we're going to go? Why did you choose that way? Because it is never the only option. I forgot what I was looking at, but I know that people many times will say things like, I didn't have a choice. Movies, TV shows, in real life, people will say, oh, I didn't have a choice. I do not believe and I do not subscribe to the thought process that there is only ever one option on the table. I just don't believe it's true. Point blank, period. I believe there are several options that are always on the table. We choose to see what we want to see what maybe makes us feel safer, to see what maybe we aren't afraid of doing, what we are not afraid of following through with. We choose certain outcomes, certain options, because that's what we're doing on autopilot. Are we choosing it intentionally? That's the question. And if you don't know the answer to that question, that means you need to go back to the drawing board and really think about this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to make some journal prompts for you, for everybody in the crew. And I want you to work through it. Work through it little by little. I'm not expecting you to complete all the journal prompts like tomorrow. No, I'm not even expecting you to complete them in 1 week. I just want you to start the process of working through, why exactly do I think the way I think? Why am I choosing the options that I do choose? It affects you. It affects you at work. It affects you at home. It affects you in your relationships, your spouse, your coworkers, your boss. This figuring out your thought process around how you approach other people and their time and their requests of you, and how you approach your time and what you desire and what you want or need, it all is affected by your thought process. And you need to figure out what exactly is your thought process. And you need to challenge that thing. Because, again, if you're saying you desire a change in your life, you feel it, you see that, okay, things ain't going quite how I want them to go. I want something different. I desire something different. I need more peace in my life. I need more rest in my life. All of this, right? I want to do self-care. That means you're going to have to change how you think about everything. That means you're going to have to change literally the types of decisions that you make. You're going to have to change how you allot your time, how you prioritize your time, how you manage your time, how you set your boundaries, how you do or don't set your boundaries. You have to change all of these things. But all of those things they start with a thought. So I'm hoping that's all making sense to you all. And yeah, I'm going to create some journal prompts for you. That way you're just not just out here in limbo. I'm sorry, my phone and stuff is going off. Yeah, that way you're just not out here in limbo, kind of like, ooh, how do I do this? What do I need to question myself on? I'll give you a little bit of guidance there. And I might even, honestly, I was thinking about it last night and this morning. This might need to be a little mini course or something with like homework assignments and stuff, because when I tell you it's not just, oh, I figured it out. It's a process. And you're going to have to keep reevaluating, go back, reiterate, because every time you're presented with a new decision, anytime somebody come up to you and they ask you a question, your boss, your coworker, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, boom, that's a new opportunity to evaluate your thought process. Why did you just think the way you thought? Why did you respond the way you responded? Why was that the first thing that came to your mind? Why, right? Okay, so that's it. That's all I wanted to talk to y'all about today. I wanted to be able to bring everybody up on stage so that we could do a little like, kind of like a hot seat, almost coaching session thing, where like it's like just a little accountability and checking in with you all and being able to talk with you face to face and check in terms of, okay, what were you able to get done this week? What do you think you want to do next week? I really, really desire for that to be able to happen. So it's saying that because you're on your phone, that I'm not able to bring you up to the stage. So what we're probably going to do is I'm going to switch over to my other software, my Google Meets software for the self-care calls. That way you all will be able to interact. I'll be able to interact with you. Okay. So I apologize that that was unable to happen today. That is my desire for the monthly calls. I don't want y'all to just be looking at me on a screen. Like, I want to talk with you. I want to talk with you. Um, so yeah, I do apologize that that was unable to happen today. Um, but that's my desire. So I hope that's helpful, and I hope that's encouraging for you all to know that. Again, I'm gonna post this in the vault. So make sure you go to the vault and check it out. And there's other videos in the vault. I don't know if y'all are aware of that. There are other trainings in the vault that you can watch and consume as you go throughout your week. You can go back and rewatch something if you're like, whoa, I did not know, like, oh, I need to like rethink about that, or that was really deep. Probably need to rewatch it a couple times. Whatever you need, it's all in the vault, okay? It's all in the vault. Okay, do you have any questions for me? I'll stay on a little bit just to see if you have any questions. And if not, y'all could drop the question in the question box. I created a question box over in I think I moved it to the event section. So that I think I wanted to rename the event section, or not the event section, but the tab in the event section, announcements or something like that. That way, anytime there's something like active bulletin, maybe that's going on, we can post it in there. Announcements that we need to make for everybody. Okay, I don't see any questions. I want to thank you all for watching this video, watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, thank you for showing up live and in person. Well, it's not in person, but live virtually. Yeah, live virtually. Thank you so, so much for coming. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, rest of your weekend. Let's get this thing started. Don't forget to drop your goal. I'm going to put on Sunday, tomorrow, I'll be putting the post about what your self-care goal is in the goals tab. So make sure you go in there and drop whatever your self-care goal is going to be. It does not have to be a whole experience. For all of you who have watched the self-care experiences workshop replay, your goal, your weekly self-care goal, does not have to be a full-blown self-care experience. Okay? You don't have to stack all 5. You can just do one thing. Because again, in this whole journey of self-care, I want you to think your mindset and where you are currently, that's the beginning. In the middle is self-care moments. That's what I like to call a simple self-care moment, like just a singular thing that you do. So if you say you're going to sit down and color for self-care, boom, you're coloring. If you say you're going to listen to music for self-care, boom, you're listening to music. That's in the middle. And then on the other side, the other extreme side, is self-care experiences. So you're stacking 3, 2, 4, 5 different senses on top of one another. You're elevating the self-care experience. You're elevating the moment into an experience. Okay. So first, we got to get you from where is your mindset right now, and shifting your mindset into the place where you're actually able to do regularly occurring self-care moments, which are just simple self-care activities, simple self-care ideas. Right? Just one thing that you're like, my goal is to do this one thing. Okay. So that's where you are. That's where you are. That is absolutely okay. And that is absolutely necessary so that you can even get to the mind-blowing self-care experiences. All right. So I hope that's encouraging to you. You do not have to write down a whole experience when you're setting your weekly self-care goals. I want you to feel encouraged by that. Yes, I want you to do something for self-care, but it does not have to be an experience. It can be a moment. All right. More than likely, it's going to be a moment. We busy. We got jobs. We got kids. We got all types of stuff going on. during the week. Okay. Now, once a month, maybe you can try to figure out how to do an experience. Or once a quarter, maybe you could try to figure out how to do an experience. Or every 6 months or annually. It depends on the person. It depends on your schedule. It depends on what's going on in your life. All right. So I'm here to talk about it. Next week, I mean, not next week, next month's call, I'm going to drop in the Google Meets link so that we'll meet over there so that I'll be able to interact with you more because that is my desire. I actually want to be helpful to you. I want to be a resource to you. I want you to be able to ask the questions. I want to be able to see your lovely face. And yeah, I want to be able to help you through this whole process of how can we get you from where your mindset is right now to doing self-care, simple self-care moments on a consistent basis and get you into that point where you can actually do maybe once a week or maybe once a month, you're doing a self-care experience, right? An elevated experience. But it's going to be a process and I'm going to work with you through that. All right. So I'm excited. Thank you again for coming. I want y'all to have a lovely, 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 a restful, a relaxing rest of your weekend. Okay? All right. I will talk to y'all later. I'll talk to y'all in the group, okay? Inside the crew. Have a good night.